Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about group class. For group class, the equipment you'll need is your remote and collar, the leash and collar we used at the walking lesson, some poop bags, and some water in a bowl if it's hot or if your dog will need it. The first thing you'll notice when you get there, there'll be a smorgasbord of other dogs. Some of them will be puppies, some of them will be aggressive with a muzzle on their face, and the other ones will just look like regular dogs you see at the dog park. But definitely give everyone plenty of space. Most of the dogs are there for individual issues. Some of them aggression, some of them are scared, some of them it's the first time leaving the house. So give everyone plenty of space in the beginning. Once we get started, you'll feel comfortable on who to approach and not approach. Before we get started with every class, I have everyone check to make sure their collar's on. You can check to make sure it's on by hitting the vibrate button or hitting the buttons until you see your dog respond. Also, when working the dogs at group class, we're going to be sure to use 2 hands on the leash. You're going to have the loopy part of the leash and the button in your right hand, and your left hand's going to do a lot of the work for you when you're working your dog. And be sure to stand opposite to wherever the distraction is, just like we did at the last lesson with my dogs. When I start group class, I have everyone stand to the inside of the circle. Then I have the other dogs, one at a time, warm up individually. They're going to walk clockwise around the circle. When the other dogs are walking around the circle, you're going to keep your dog's attention. They can look a little bit, but if they start to stare or you think your dog's about to come off, you can tell them sit and grab their attention, just like we did at the last lesson with my dogs. When it's your turn to warm up, you're going to put your dog in a heel and walk clockwise around everybody else. If you don't feel comfortable getting too close, that's okay. Bump away from everybody. Just really concentrate on your dog's nose and eyes and keep them with you. Remember, if your left hand's doing too much work, go ahead and bump those levels up until you get your dog's attention. Also, watch their attention around the other dogs. They might pick a friend, so if you see them starting to stare and head over to the other dog, you can grab their attention with the heel command. Once everybody warms up individually, then I have everybody walk together in a circle. Now there's going to be dogs in front and behind your dog, so it might want to speed up or turn around and say hi to all of its new friends, but definitely keep its attention. I'll have everyone speed up and slow down. Remember, try to control the dog with the collar and not so much the leash pressure. We're practicing to get off leash eventually. After everybody's warmed up, we move on to the next drill. I have everybody stay on place, and people are going to come up and say hi to your dog. If you're helping and saying hi to the other dogs, wait until the other dog calms down until you say hi to them. This is really hard to do with the neighbor because my silly neighbor keeps petting my dog even though they're jumping. So here we can utilize the other dog parents to really work on keeping your dog calm when they say hi. If your dog comes off place, that's okay. Just go back to the floor is lava and keep them on place until they say hi. When it's your turn to go around and say hi, you're going to keep your dog on place. But don't worry, if they're having a hard time, I'll come over and help with the leash loosely. You're going to work the remote and talk to your dog and get tons of practice of controlling your dog at a distance around all the new distractions. There'll be some dogs with muzzles on. If they're not comfortable, I'll have them off place and you'll walk up and just let them sniff you. But I'll address each individual dog before you say hi to it. And I'll use myself as a guinea pig. In the next drill, we'll all go for a walk together. We put the dogs in a walk. So remember, it's going to be the same position as heel. They're going to be on the left side. If you see their butts, they're too far ahead. If you can't see their noses, they're too far behind. But they can look and sniff a little bit. We usually form 2 lines and we start walking. When walking, again, there's going to be dogs in front and behind your dog, so keep their attention. They'll also want to stop and pee and say hi to all their friends, but definitely try and keep their attention. And remember, if your left hand's doing too much work, don't be afraid to raise those levels until you get your dog's attention and they slow down. During this drill, it's always hardest to be in the back. Your dog wants to catch up and be in the front, but it's a good distraction and everybody should work through it, no problem at all. The next drill I call soul train. We form a line and I have the dogs walk past each other one at a time. Over here, they don't have the placeboard to help them like they did in the beginning drills. So don't be afraid to use the leash to keep your dog where they are in a sit. And if they start to stare or you think they're going to go over and say hi, you can keep their attention with the sit command. When walking by the other dogs during Soul Train, there will be music playing. You don't have to dance if you don't want to, but it's definitely strongly suggested. You're going to keep your dog's attention till you get to the front of the line. Once you get to the front of the line, you're going to put your dog in a sit and watch all the other dogs pass by. The next drill is called Last Dog Standing. We have a competition who can keep their dog on place the longest. Everyone will get their dog comfortable on place, and I will walk them through the drills. At first, you're just going to back away to the end of the leash. Then you're going to drop your leash. Then you're going to back away a little bit more and walk past your dog. You'll come and pet them and walk away. Notice as you pass them, they're going to pivot to face you, or they'll turn their head like the Exorcist. The key is we're going to play The Floor is Lava if they come off. And don't worry, if your dog's having a hard time, I or someone else can definitely help with the leash to make it to where your dog thinks you're controlling them, but we're there to help just in case. And don't worry if your dog comes off. No one's going to make fun of them and no one's out. Everyone keeps playing. We're there just to work on the distractions. After that, the next drill is called Musical Place. It's just like musical chairs, except I'm not taking a chair away. So everyone's going to go on a place. The music will start. You keep walking. When the music stops, you're going to perform whatever task I call out. In the beginning, it's going to be sit. Then it's going to be sit and back away, and then back away 10 feet, and it's going to get progressively harder. I might even have your dog down, but don't worry if your dog doesn't know down yet. Just keep them in a sit. This is a fun game, but don't rush. Don't feel you have to wrestle anyone for a place board. Take your time and keep your dog's attention when working through this drill. The next drill I call the 3-second hello. You're going to walk up and say hi to another dog for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, keep on walking. When doing this, try not to yank your dog with the leash and adjust the levels if appropriate. Another drill we do, it's called Fight Club. We let all the dogs get in the middle and say hi if they want to. They can say hi for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, keep on walking. This is a really good drill for the nervous dogs or the aggressive dogs to get used to being normal again. Imagine it's like Tarzan coming to New York for the first time. They want to be normal, and this is a safe environment to really work through that. At the end of group class, I ask if anyone has questions, and we go around and individually talk about stuff. Don't be afraid to ask questions at this point. Everyone's got questions, and half the people there have the same question you have. So bring it up, and we can definitely talk about it as a group. At the end of group class, I usually have everyone take their place boards and bring them back to my vehicle. During this time, try and keep your dog's attention and don't let them rush up on any dogs. After group class, everyone usually likes to stay and play. If you're nervous and you're not ready for it, you can definitely watch a couple times, or you can start with a long leash until you feel comfortable. This is the safest dog park in town because everyone there has control, and if it's an aggressive dog, they'll have a muzzle on because we're working through that stuff safely. So feel comfortable to stay and play afterwards if you want.